I think part of the problem that the industry is facing is there's been such a shift in usage to mobile, but there's been a lack of clarity and understanding about actual mobile attribution. It's a lot of confusion in the marketplace today, and we have been focusing on this very hard for the last 3.5 years. We are a mobile-first mobile company, and we are showing people that there really is mobile attribution tied into a mobile ad. The problem is most people don't understand how to use mobile tools, and they're trying to apply desktop tools to a mobile attribution. It's causing a tremendous amount of confusion in the marketplace, but it's also driving the push to cross-platform. Because people think mobile is too hard, they're saying, well, let's just see what happens across the whole spectrum of attribution or conversion metrics. So a lot of confusion in the marketplace. We're trying very hard to stay focused on mobile conversions and proving people that if you run a mobile ad, that you can actually prove a view-through attribution to an actual transaction and an actual ROI in mobile. That's been very successful for the last 1.5 years, but now with the industry trend to a cross-platform, we're releasing a major new release to cross-platform next week. I think this is a pretty much universal tool. Again, I'll go back to my earlier statement. The usage in mobile could be 60 to 70%. eMarketer's got great numbers on that. But the spending in mobile is in that 5 to 12% area. You have to ask yourself, why is that? And I think the answer is that marketers and agencies don't have enough tools to show them how effective those ads in mobile are. So we've done a number of case studies in the last 1.5 years. We've done about 25 case studies. And against a desktop ad server, a mobile-specific ad server, like Medialets, an MRC-accredited ad server, we're capturing anywhere from 17x to 73x more attributions, actual conversions with a transaction ID and a receipt from the marketer than a desktop tool does. The entire desktop tool is based on a cookie. Since we're a mobile-only tool and a mobile-first tool, we're based on lots of different signals. There isn't that Willy Wonka golden ticket of the cookie that's ruled desktop for the last 15 years. So I think any marketer can avail themselves of a great mobile technology that allows you to do real attribution with a real transaction ID, a real receipt across any device in any mobile environment, mobile web, in-app, and it's all very complicated. But when you use a mobile tool and you're seeing these great gains, we're seeing more and more advertisers that use us shift money to mobile. That's step one. Step two then is, let's look at how people really use their phones. When you use your phone, you may see that ad, you may go back at night and convert on desktop. We're now releasing that cross-platform to say, hey, this conversion, this transaction happened on a Mac, a MacBook Pro, or a Lenovo, or a Dell, or whatever the laptop is, or whatever the desktop is, but then you can attribute it back to a mobile ad. That's going to be the next big leap forward, and I truly believe any marketer, any agency can use this going forward. The battle is, how do you shift budgets to where viewership is? We've seen this in the beginning of cable. We've seen this in the beginning of digital. It's happening again in mobile. We need to give the marketers and the agencies real data, real conversions, real transactions for them to follow that ROI and understand how to shift dollars to these new platforms. It's been a very big positive for us being part of WPP. We've had access to resources, capital, the ability to change our entire company to an AWS cloud-based global entity versus the ability as a VC startup to only have a locked fixed facility in the United States. That's fantastic for us. We've gone on a big hiring binge, which is great. We've increased the size of the team by about 25%. We've opened up in many new markets around the world. We were in about 57 countries before. We're closer to about 85 to 90 countries around the world. We've been able to set up operations in the Asia Pacific area, expand our EMEA footprint. So it's been a big significant benefit for us. And after an initial pullback, we've been able to regain most of those non-WPP customers. We serve all 5 holding companies, the leading independents out there. And like I said at the time of the acquisition, let's all just hold on. The best technology should win. And we are an independent subsidiary of WPP, like many other tech companies are part of WPP. And we serve all 5 holding companies out there and the leading independents. So it's been a very successful year and a quarter, year and a half for us to have that ownership and go from a VC backed to full ownership. Terry Kawaja is talking about the winter is coming in the ad tech world. I believe he is absolutely correct, and you're going to see a lot of issues in the standalone ad tech world coming up over this year. We talk to marketers, global marketers from all 5 holding companies every day of our lives. And the more, whether it's a CPG, whether it's a telecom, whether it's a tech company, whether it's a telephone, whatever it is, automotives, they're all excited about how do you get deeper into this mobile world? They all believe that if you talk to any of the CPGs, that moms are touching this phone 150 to 200 times a day. This is a completely new way to reach the consumer, where they want to reach them, how they want to reach them, and then all that stuff has got to be figured out. We're still in the first innings of mobile or untethered devices, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to put behind it. More and more marketers are now believing that this device, this very, very personalized device that is always with you and always on, is going to give them new routes to get better and different messaging to consumers. I don't know what that's going to be. That's very exciting. I think we have to really work through that. I think, like I talked earlier about that desktop tools don't work in mobile, I would argue that desktop advertising doesn't work in mobile. It's a completely different device. The use cases are completely different. It's with you all the time. Look how you use your phone, how I'm using my phone, how my kids are using the phone. I think the excitement in mobile is just beginning. I think the next 5 to 10 years is going to be a complete sea shift in how marketers and agencies think about how to advertise, the means that they advertise, the methods that they advertise, but this device and these devices are taking us to a whole new level of how we communicate with people, where, when, and how they want to be communicated with. And I think it's a very exciting time as we move forward.